Hello, I'm Miss Hollinshead and welcome to one of my 3-minute thoughts where I introduce an idea about something in GCSE English that you may not have considered before. Today, let's explore how Dickens uses fire as a symbol in Christmas Carol in order to convey his message to the readers. Fire is mentioned again and again in Christmas Carol, and most learners will be able to make the simple statement that fire represents warmth and affection, which is why the fact that Scrooge calls for more coal at the end of the novella shows that he's learned his lesson about Christmas. But if you're aiming for grades 7 to 9, here are some ideas that might help you look into this in more depth and get those grades. Firstly, let's talk about where the fire comes from. The spirits do not bring warmth to Scrooge, and they are not associated with fire. The ghosts of Christmases past and present bring light, not warmth, and the ghost of Christmas yet to come doesn't even do that. In fact, that spirit is associated with darkness and described as a mist. They cause an awakening in Scrooge so that he recognises what he is missing, which is contact with other human beings while he's still alive, to have a positive impact on their lives and for them to have an impact on his. Dickens wants us to realise that it's other humans that will bring warmth and affection to Scrooge and to us, and fires always appear in the novella where people are together. Another name for a fireplace in a home is a hearth, which would have been the central gathering place for a family, and that is why the words heart and hearth are so similar. In fact, it was such an important and ancient idea that the ancient Greeks even had a goddess specifically for the hearth. She was called Hestia, and she was actually Zeus's older sister. In the novella, we see some very symbolic use of fire to highlight this message from Dickens. At Fezziwig's ball, the only decoration that is mentioned is the fire, which is stacked high, and the party is described as snug, warm, dry and bright, all because of the fire. In the Cratchit household, someone always invites or brings someone else to the fire. They are never alone when they are sat by it. When Martha arrives, she is immediately brought to the fire, and even Tiny Tim is carried to the fire by his brother and his sister. And if you look very closely at Scrooge's development, you will see that it isn't as simple as saying that he is cold at the start. Dickens says he carries cold with him. That means it is separate to him, and we usually carry something by choice, so he's chosen to pick it up and take it around with him. This is our first subtle hint that he is a redeemable character, because if he's carrying it now, he can put it down. Scrooge also sits very close to his fire even before Marley arrives, so he does want to stay warm, he just doesn't know how, which is why he needs the spirit's lessons. Dickens also uses the language of fire in order to show us where Scrooge can find this warmth. When we first meet Fred, he is glowing, ruddy, sparkling, and his breath smokes. He is Scrooge's only living family, which is why he is the potential source of warmth or affection that Scrooge is pushing away. So that's it. I hope you found something valuable there. If you did, please hit the button and subscribe to be notified.